Earth 2020. Society is in ruins, and a virus runs rampant among the world's humble citizens. They are lost. In these dark times, three wayward nerds cross paths at the House of India and realize they are destined to be friends. And so they did. This is their story. The story of the Side Quest.
Welcome to the last episode of the Side Quest podcast. My name's Matt.
I'm BJ.
I'm Luke.
Fuck you, Netflix.
Dude, fuck you, Seven Deadly Sins. Fuck YouTube.
We'll be moving to Campfire. Or Storyfire, wherever the fuck that asshole made.
What is...
The kid that made Angry Dad videos made a YouTube competitor, and it just completely failed.
the angry... The kid that's always angry at his dad?
Yeah.
And gets grounded all the time?
Yeah, and then there was like this weird storyline where he was like living in the woods and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid.
Okay.
Good friends with Boogie, by the way, which is a green flag.
So if you're listening on Spotify, you'll have loved our favorite anime fights episode. If you're on YouTube, you won't know what we're talking about.
Yep.
So
We're finally real YouTubers. We got to deal with the copyright system.
yeah, and it blows. It's so wild. These grubby people just wanting their money. So yeah, especially when like let's say somebody hadn't seen one of the animes we were talking about.
Yeah, like, you're welcome for the exposure, by the way.
Yeah, but fuck us, I guess. Anyways,
Don't watch Seven Deadly Sins. It's fucking dog shit after season 1 anyway.
that's
So
true.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I mean, just in general, don't watch that show regardless. So, like,
Yeah,
just don't waste the time.
watch Kaiju number 8 and Go Loser Ranger.
yeah, very good right now.
They're so hot right now.
They're so hot right now. They're so hot, in fact, at least Kaiju number 8 is.
I texted Luke about this.
That we saw.
There's already Kaiju number 8 shirts at Hot Topic. They're on episode 3 as of today.
Dude, I picked up this dope, my friend Totoro,
Nice.
like jacket, windbreaker.
It's
from,
really dope.
Box Lunch. It was really dope. I just wish it was a Howl's. Or Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
But my friend Totoro, I guess it's fine. But
I mean, I like Totoro.
yeah.
It's just not as...
Or even Born the Heron, which isn't out yet, which is absurd. I saw it over Christmas.
I want to see that movie so fucking bad, and they just aren't putting it out.
Yeah. The other thing, I got on my Crunchyroll app on my phone, I got a notification that next week, season 7 of My Hero is starting to stream. Do you know of this?
No. I
showed BJ and I was like, this can't be real. I thought the movie was coming out first.
I watched the trailer for season 7, and then I was like, oh, cool. And then I just didn't. I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, I'm not
since.
going to watch any trailers if I can. I want to just
No.
Yeah.
live in it.
But to be fair, I've already read past it, so I'm like, all right. It'll be just at this point, it would just be me watching it.
But I know the animation is going to go hard.
Had we? I'm not gonna spoil for Matt, but are we on the last chapter? Are we on like the last few? Did you see the?
If it's not, then I'll be fucking pissed because
You just kept me up to date with most stuff, which I appreciate. It helps me with my anxiety of watching.
Deku lost his arms and then he immediately got his arms back. And now it's like all the kids are here. They all came through the portals because they've talked to Kurogiri, and
As they got through to the actual Korogiri.
yeah. And he
Instead
was
of-
like, "All right, I'll send everybody over there."
Dude,
So
did
they're
that
having
make,
like
did that like make Present Mike and fucking
yeah, there was
Aizawa like cry?
there was a whole chapter where it's like they just get teleported to this like rock on the ocean with Kurogiri, and it was really good.
Dude, that's amazing.
And now it's just like Infinity War, where all the kids from
what was that?
all the different high schools are coming
Captain
through.
on your left.
What was that?
Even though
panel-
he's
what was
not
that? Did you see that
British,
panel
so-
where it's like Deku running with that?
Yeah,
shirt?
with the All Might shirt.
Yeah, and then people were saying like, oh, it's like the parallel to the first where he runs after Bakugo.
Can't wait to see them animate that and definitely put in "You Say Run."
Oh, 100%. I told this to you. I don't know if I told this to Matt, but like I think overall, despite my gripes with My Hero, I think it's a great show. Honestly,
I didn't want to like it from afar. I was like, no, I don't want to be a part of this.
Just a little flashback.
Stinky, sweaty community.
I put it on, and Matt sat there through the first episode on his phone the whole time. He has no problem going on his phone whatsoever.
But then, flash forward like a week when I had an hour lunch break, and I watched like 2 episodes on my lunch break, and I told you, and you like got all giddy.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah. And now it's evolved into you screaming at me that your favorite characters are potentially dying.
And then we moved past it.
Yeah, but it's just a funny evolution.
It is a funny evolution.
It was after witnessing all that was when I started like low key spoiling Matt on some JJK shit. 'Cause I'm like, if he ever wants to watch it, I don't want to be here. I don't ever want to like
talk
see
my
it.
way through some of the guys on Discord about it. Like, the one problem I have is it doesn't feel grounded.
Which My Hero?
No, JJK.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't feel grounded because you're like, yeah, this guy has his power, but we don't really know how it works. And it's maybe it'll get explained, maybe it won't. And I'm like, oh, I want to understand things more.
So it explains its power system less than Tails gets trolled. You guys have no frame of reference for that, and I'm just gonna move on.
The power system for JJK, especially the way it works, at least in the manga.
It's fine.
At least in the manga, this is, I think, my big, like, in the same way that, like, I think My Hero doesn't have, like, nearly any stakes. Like, they don't sit on a decision too long. JJK will never sit on a decision. It'll just, something happens, they move the fuck on. Like, you know, like a lot of the
let's just say, like, Kaiju number 8. It's like, we get, like, they don't have to explain the science of him being able to now to turn into a kaiju. But, like, you understand it enough to be like,
I think the way
there's
they
a bug that's in him, and it's like parasite, and it's giving him the powers. But then JJK happens, and you're like, okay, they have these things called domain expansions, where they have this rule about what their power is. Except for this person, we don't really understand what that's all about. That's kind of crazy. And also, this person, he kind of has a thing, but it's not like that. It's completely different. And you're like, when I like start hearing people talk about it, I go, what the hell are you
It
talking
definitely
about?
isn't that confusing as what you're kind of explaining, because most of it all just stems from the idea of like everything in JJK is based on negative emotion. That's the whole, like, everybody has negative emotions. That's how the curses appear, and depending on like a fear or a negative emotion towards something, they get stronger. So like that's why you see like Jogo, the like guy with the volcano on his head, when he's not fighting Sukuna, the strongest dude in the universe, he's one of the strongest there because the fear of natural disasters is a big one. Or like the one you saw Toji fight, the squid monster, again against regular sorcerers. Oh shit, he's terrifying because the fear of the ocean, the fear of the unknown.
So it's Chainsaw Man rules.
Pretty much, yeah. It's the same thing virtually, but certain things get different rule sets. Like Toji's whole thing is because of.
See, now you've lost me.
Okay.
No, I'm saying that, like, and that's my fault. I'll say, but that's the thing. But then you're like, but this person, it's a little bit, and that's where I'm like.
The thing is, they don't.
Exhausting.
They never explain it immediately, which is one thing I like about it, because a lot of times my least favorite part in shonen is like, here's this new power. Well, before we continue the fight, let me explain this in excruciating detail and just halt the fight like it's nobody's business. Whereas a lot of stuff in JJK, I can easily just go, oh, that's how that works because they just showed it happen. And then for the power system, if you explain it, it gets stronger.
True, but then I feel like it gets into this point where then like things can happen that don't make sense because things can just happen.
Everything I will.
I mean, in a way though, that's just storytelling.
Yeah. Like that's in any shonen, especially any shonen. Someone can just pop up with any power.
Fucking Goku gets angry and he turns into a Super Saiyan. What the fuck is that?
Like, yeah, but they explain like there's other Super Saiyans that have like similar powers.
Yeah,
but he's like
after
more,
that,
but he's
later,
more like.
But even before that, they're like, yeah, it's like one guy every
It's okay.
1,000 years.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z, so
Yeah,
But that's the kind of the case with anything. Like they're like, I guess My Hero's the difference in that like, oh, it's a whole world of people with weird powers, and someone's gonna have a stupid ass power, and some it's like, wait, what the? Why does that? Okay, whatever, sure. You move on because you're like, everybody's got a power. Deku's the weird one with no quirk, so you kind of get to go, okay.
but
Everybody's
even
got
then, in
something.
My Hero, they do a good job of explaining everything like scientifically.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's why it feels grounded. I'm like, this makes sense. Or even like let's take Fire Force. It's like, oh, there are different levels to these things, so you can either be like a type 1 or type 2, and then these people, they can have these sort of manifestations of controlling fire, and there's different tiers of that, and it's all very well explained. But then you're like, oh, like the main character Sho, or no, that's the brother
Shin.
Maka.
no the main character, it's like, oh, well, you're like, oh, but he gets a crazy power that's like that he can stop time, and it's like, well, okay, well, if you just upscale his normal power of being able to have like fast feet, he's just so fast that he goes past the speed of light, and time. Okay, like
then
that makes that like logically exponentially makes sense.
Yeah,
We were talking about Omega level mutants in the car, and it's just the same thing. Like, Iceman is a guy that used to just shoot ice,
Yeah.
and now he just controls every molecule.
Yes. So again, to me it feels grounded somewhat because of
Well,
I'm okay with like crazy powers, but it definitely feels like in like the skill tree.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's kind of the problem with like a lot, because like look at Naruto.
I would say Shippuden.
Naruto to me starts off grounded in the sense of, hey, they're ninjas, it's a general thing, and then you go later in Shippuden, it's like we're gods. Like the shit you can do.
That's
yeah.
where it gets
Naruto
lost on me.
himself stays grounded.
But the thing is-
Naruto's whole thing is, if I can make a ball of energy and become 18 people, I can curb stomp anybody.
Yeah,
thing is,
again, I agree. When the whole like aliens
Yeah.
technically show up.
That's
Now, to
the
be
most
fair,
bullshit
that
thing in
I
Naruto.
agree. So I'm saying,
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about everything leading up to that, like most of Shippuden. And here's the thing: until the aliens, I'm in. Go weirder, go crazier, except aliens. Don't
Yeah,
bring that shit.
I'm
cool with everything else. That's
okay,
that's
and
why.
So that's
like,
where it feels like this JJK just feels doesn't grounded. And again, it might be I haven't watched it, I haven't read the manga, and it could be just from afar when I hear people talking about it, and then I chime in and I go, so like explain that, and they're like, I can't really do that, and I'm like, that's a turnoff to me. Like,
the
you
problem
can't
is
explain the anime.
I
to
can't
me.
explain it to you because the anime will explain it to you in a way where you kind of have to see it, because it's literally as it's happening. Especially season 2 has a narrator. They don't have that in season 1 or the movie, where they actually will have someone just talk through a power system instead of having the person be like, yes, this is how my power works. It's like a narrator will go, so yeah, the hollow purple that Gojo just shot at that dude's chest and caved it in, that's how that works. It's 2 negatives. So it's like a whole, and there's a math equation to it that they explain, not Gojo explaining it or anything else. But then,
You know what explains sorcery powers really well is Mob Psycho.
yeah.
I've been watching the shit out of that show, and I fucking love it.
Dude, what season are you on?
I'm on season 2.
Dude, it's fucking awesome, isn't
Dude,
it?
when he transferred his spiritual power to Reagan, and he just became like the god,
Dude.
I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen.
Dude, no. Oh, so I found out, by the way, I didn't know this. Like, I've always said Mob Psycho and One Punch Man, very similar, right?
Of course. It's the same writer.
Same writer. I just found that out like recently, where it's like, because I was at Barnes and Noble and I was like, oh, One Punch Man, written by One. That's his name. I don't like, oh, cool. And then I was going by Mob Psycho and I saw the name One. I was like, there's no fucking way. And I looked it up just for clarity, and I'm like, oh, it's the same guy. He wrote 2 stories about overpowered main characters, but like funny. I was like, let's fucking go, dude.
He's the king.
Well, I mean, again, I'll take the fall for not liking because I'm just simple minded. I'll take that.
To be fair,
But do you at least
is like,
do you understand a little bit of the point I'm making of why it's hard for me to digest it?
I understand it.
Okay.
It's the opposite of me, where it's like the second you start going crazier, I get way more into it, because then what that makes me do is immediately I watch the show and I go, okay, I'm going down I want the 6-hour video on YouTube explaining everything.
For sure.
Because I love that shit.
And
so that's, I've listened to so many JJK like explanation things and everything else, to where it's like, realistically, if you watch the show, they do a decent. Where most of it can just be explained down
nice
to
shirt.
cursed energy. Thank you so much.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did your parents think of that?
My mom was like, "Look, what is that?" And I just go, "Oh, it's the
It's
sponsor."
our sponsor,
Yeah.
Dubby.
Also, if you want to get your Dubby hands on some Dubby merch or energy, use our code Take a Sleazy at checkout, all one word, for 10% off.
I got two new. I got my beaches and cream one, or the peach and beach. Yeah. And then I got
Beaches and cream.
Yeah.
That's what it should have been.
you know
I'm
the
trying to cream in some beaches.
That's
you feel me?
exactly
cream
what
and
they
some
should have
beach-
called
No,
that.
but I got the tub that's one of the creator tubs called the Encounter Table, which I guess is a D&D group. And it's just
Is that that new one?
I think so. But because I bought the.
Is it like the
I bought the
dark
mis-
tub?
No, it's an orange. It's the mango cream one.
Okay.
They just rebranded it. Because I got the mystery shaker.
We can get a
and the other-
rebranded version of
the punch one,
No.
or no? Which one?
the
The beach
Cream and
peach.
cream.
Yeah.
We gotta call it cream and beach. Side quest is
Yeah.
cream and beaches.
cream and beaches.
I've been thinking a lot about it, especially since the last two sessions we played. The next Cyberpunk session or whatever tabletop that we do, we're fucking filming it.
Yeah.
Because there are moments in these last couple that have been like, fuck, I wish I could rewatch that forever.
Can you give us an example? Because I just like hearing you.
I mean,
the
like-
Yeah, I do like hearing you
I
gush
like
about this.
hearing you like the things that we do.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do this forever.
Especially when BJ Early was like, I think it was a dumb episode anyways. And I was like, don't say that.
I mean, that. I think that's a natural hole to fall into with reaction content. But this fucking Cyberpunk game we've been playing, I like I said, I wanted to do it forever. I had been thinking of ideas. I think it just came up in conversation one night. We were talking about playing like D&D, and I was like, well, I want to learn Cyberpunk. And then we're still learning Cyberpunk, but
Yeah.
like the stuff that I've been able to come up
We're
with in my
Dungeons and
head,
Daddying the Cyberpunk,
basically, yeah.
basically.
Learning the rules as we play is really fun.
Yeah. But just like thinking about it and world building and doing things that I think you guys will like gives me so much pleasure.
What has been your favorite moment, or you could say like a couple favorite moments of witnessing as a DM of Luke and I?
The whole session of like the Dragon's Den stuff, like I had been thinking of that since before we even started playing, and then the last thing that we played with the chips, where you guys go in and you interact with them, that was like day one stuff for me. So I was
Okay.
really happy to see that come to fruition.
Did you like how we like handled those encounters?
Yeah, because I just love seeing how you guys react to stuff.
Okay.
It sucks because like I wanted to try to be more emotional, but like especially for mine, but I was like I don't know how to like make my voice scratchier or like cry on command. So I was like a lot of my stuff
We don't
was,
need that level.
Yeah,
Of,
a lot of my stuff was like I just explaining my character.
Yeah, like at our final episode during the big boss fight when one of us dies, it's like
Well, at that point,
we'll actually be crying
at that
'cause
point,
we'll, like,
yeah,
realize
because it'll be the end, and it's like I don't want this to end. This is great.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, dude, the last session was so good. I cannot wait to see like where this continues. I was thinking of this the other day because I've been I'm assuming Matt's been playing a little bit too, but I've been playing Fallout 4.
sure have.
we all have.
Yeah,
We all
BJ
started new playthroughs.
BJ was like, told him I was like, start my 4 playthrough tonight, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna stop my New Vegas playthrough.
No, I was playing 3.
Oh, I'm
and
gonna stop my 3
It
playthrough.
crashed on me 4 times before I even got to
Are you on the
Megaton.
Steam Deck?
Yeah.
How? Okay, is it bad on the? Are they not very
3,
verified?
yes.
Okay.
But 4 runs perfectly.
And so yeah, we both started at the
Okay.
same time.
How far?
And
are
he
you?
had never seen the cinematic intro.
Really?
No, I have. I just haven't played it since it came out in like 2015.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I was like, I don't remember this at all. This is awesome. But
Yeah, the live action
yeah, it was fucking
cinematic
fire.
in the beginning, and then him walking away, and War Never Changes. So good. As much as I know you guys love 3 New Vegas, there's like 4 is so fucking good.
4, my gripes with 4 pretty much are like later. The intro and like doing like the Kellogg mission, getting to Diamond City, all of that, like finding the Minutemen, exploring around, is great. And even later, whenever you get to like later story bits, running around with the Pit Boy just playing music and just
the fucking Kellogg
yeah.
going into the memories is
Memory
so
Den is so
fire.
good. Meeting Nick Valentine, like the beginning of Fallout 4 is really fucking good. I think it just gets weaker as it goes on.
Dude, the best part of 4 is no fucking level cap.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's no level cap.
You can play forever,
which is weird.
I mean, what if?
Although to be fair, it's great because going from like Fallout.
But
3s
wait,
where
technically, isn't there like an end when you get every single?
I mean, if you get
skill
every
tree?
single perk, and it's like everything's maxed out to 10, yeah, but you will never get there.
Well, especially because every perk has like minimum like they're 2-star levels, or like 5. So you can get all of your base stats to 10. Then every perk max leveled is like you're gonna be like level 800 like before you get to that shit. Like you got a long way to go.
I think I'm level on my like first playthrough. I stopped at like level 80.
I was gonna say I forget what I was, but I was able to like find like high level like Mirelurk Kings, Alpha Deathclaws and shit just in the wild.
Oh yeah.
So like I was high enough level where I was like seeing that shit.
I don't think it's a perfect system, but I'm pretty sure they power scale.
Yeah, well, like certain mobs will be replaced as you get older because you'll be too high for like mole rats. They'll still show up because they're part of the world, but like they'll be like, all right, well in this area because it's kind of closer to some higher level spots, we're gonna put a Deathclaw here, and it's like, oh, you've leveled up. Well, now it's an albino Deathclaw, or fuck it, we're putting the Matriarch here. Like they'll upgrade those to where they're higher level.
An alpha, yeah.
Yeah. And then you get the like legendary ones, which gets you cool shit out of them. So like,
speaking of Fallout, the adaptation on Amazon has done so fucking well, and we're now at a point where it's like everyone is saying, "Oh, we need to get some fucking video game properties," which is good. I appreciate that, especially if they're going to be
where Xbox might be releasing before Fallout 5.
another Fallout game by somebody.
By another developer.
which I would adore that.
Essentially be like a new Vegas. Just give us...
Yeah, just use the same engine as 4 and just do a new story. I think that's perfect.
who knows? Who knows what they do? But I'm sure that they're going to keep 5 for...
5 is for Bethesda, and that's going to be in their pipeline because they got the Starfield expansions, Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5. So, I think Shattered Space, the first
And by that
Starfield one
time,
drops
we'll
here.
probably all be like 80 years old.
Yeah, I mean, if we're not completely dead and in the ground 5 years later,
If the bombs haven't dropped.
yeah,
If we haven't gotten to our own vaults,
we can't afford it.
no.
And even if we do, it's not going to be worth living there.
I just hope that I get to be a ghoul.
I just hope I die in a funny pose. But the reason I bring that up is because the rumors have started circulating again about the Kingdom Hearts adaptation.
Movies. Yeah, did you see the S at the end of that?
Would you want it?
Movies.
What age would you want the actor for Sora to
10.
be?
I want it to be animated, and I want it to be fucking Haley Joel Osment. It can't be anybody
But
else.
what if it was live action?
If it's
Fuck
live
no.
action, then it's going to fucking suck.
Yeah, because how are you gonna live action Donald and Goofy?
Yeah,
the
that's going to look like
same way that
ass.
they did like in Mary Poppins.
If they did like a fucking Roger Rabbit thing,
yeah, like Mary Poppins, Space Jam.
yeah, if they do like Roger Rabbit, Space Jam 1 kind of shit, then I'm all about it.
I mean, when they go to the Pixar world,
what do you think they do if they like
That's easy.
the different worlds? They change the art style.
Oh, I'd love that.
So
Yeah.
like they meet Sora, it's live action.
Yeah.
they go to
Dude, if they
go
do
to
Nightmare
King
Before
Mickey's.
Christmas in claymation, I'll cum my pants.
Like no,
that's
like
what I'm saying. It would be fun. Well, it could be a total trash fire.
I
live
kinda,
action.
I kind of would love
But
for
it-
it to be like Star Wars Visions, where it's a different animator studio every episode.
with like a different world.
Yeah, every different world is a different
You
studio.
kind of could do Monster of the Week scenario of like, well, let's fix the Tarzan world problem here. Let's fix
which
this
they
one.
can
Yeah.
use again.
Yeah. You
Like
know,
Casey Joel Osment, is that the original voice?
yeah, he's
voice
been
actor?
the voice actor since the first game, and he's been in every one since. It's been really funny when you play like the remake of Chain of Memories, which came out after 2, and he's like an adult now.
Yeah, he's like 19 years old.
Yeah, it's like in 1 he's a child and you can hear it. In 2 he's clearly older, and in Chain of Memories where it's set between the two, but the remake was made after. It's like, oh, he's an adult but pretending to
How
be
old
12.
is he now?
Now he's like 40,
Yeah, he's
and he's still being Sora, who's like perpetually 15.
but he's also being like in The Boys and Topher in fucking
Oh,
What We Do in the
it's
Shadows.
him?
Yeah.
I didn't know because I didn't.
No,
rec-
that the thing is,
that's
we can hear the
That's
voice.
Haley Joel Osment. I can hear it when he talks in The Boys
Yeah,
all the time,
dude,
and I'm
no,
like,
in the episode in The Boys, he'll talk and he'll raise his voice a little bit, and I go,
what was his
"Sorry."
power again? That he could like see,
kind of predict the future.
It was like kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then doesn't he die because
Homelander pushes him off a roof, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, they meet on the roof like for the third time.
What video game? So based on what we've seen, right? So you've got the failure of Halo, but the success
Dude,
of Last of
Dude,
Us.
make
and
a
Uncharted.
get HBO to make a Red Dead 2.
Yes, that would be the most successful, I think.
It would be so goddamn successful.
And then season 2 can just
And
be Red Dead 1.
literally just have this do it just like printing press. Exact carbon copy of their process through Last of Us. Tell the same goddamn story.
and embellish on the things that need embellishment.
Yes.
Well,
Think
like,
about
some
how
of the-
much
some
the
of the stuff-
community of people who haven't seen it would fucking
It would-
raise hell over Micah.
Player counts would peak on every
But,
platform.
you know what I'm saying? But think about Micah. Like, you remember how
I don't know
like
who that
when
is.
the- you know who that is, dude. Like whenever there's like a new show that comes out and there's like an antagonist that like Cersei or like people, you know, like
People
Joffrey,
fucking
like
hate,
yeah,
yeah.
everyone loves to hate altogether.
And
Micah
Micah is that.
is that.
He is like the worst like person.
And do you know what's crazy? Especially with how old
How old he is now? The
he
Joffrey
would
actor?
fit.
Yeah.
Give him a beard. He's kind of short, but
They
give
can-
him the
they can
HBO.
fudge that.
Give him the
the
Hollywood,
Robert Downey Jr.
the Hollywood
platforms.
the Hollywood, workout routine. Slim him down a little bit, and then towards the end, don't feed him at all.
He goes the Christian Bale route of
It would
like
be so-
real method acting.
It would be so. It would be so good.
the thing. I think my
And then,
See, if you
especially
would've
if you
asked
started
me-
the story from the first episodes from one's perspective,
like in like a weird flashback scenario.
yeah, because because the game ends with what's
Yeah.
his name?
John Marston.
It ends with John.
Yeah.
But have the first episode start with John before.
Him like telling the story to his son or some shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
my-
be, and then if they want to continue, they can do Red Dead 1 story. And
I'm gonna
have
be
it-
honest.
Dude,
The thing is, dude,
why aren't we in
That's printing money right there.
that? Why aren't we? That'd be the most fun way to tell it. And then at the end of the season, it's just like, Daddy, that seems, yeah, this is a great story.
It's been said before, and it just like it's time. It needs to happen. Nathan Fillion,
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like we have the proof of concept. It's there.
And I'll be honest, even though it's like, there's 3 is pretty fun. 4 is the best story because of the dynamic with him and his wife. That's another one that feels like a real. It feels like a real story of actual humans, not this video game protagonist with the hero cushioning. It's like, oh fuck, his marriage is on the line,
The thing.
and that's a real human problem, not like, oh no, if I don't do this, the whole world's gonna fucking collapse. It's like, fuck, do I want to hang out with my brother? Oh fuck, my brother lied to me. Oh, I love treasure hunting. Oh fuck, my marriage is gonna collapse. That's
That's real shit.
that's real shit.
Pretty much I think anything Naughty Dog's ever made could be adapted pretty well.
Jack and fucking Dexter, baby.
would have to be like an anime property.
Yeah, but let's be honest, somebody would really enjoy wanting to do a live action of that.
I mean, if they did it with like a puppet of Daxter, I'd cream.
Yeah, but
I'd
the
be cool
last
with it.
puppet thing that was actually good failed hard, and that was
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Yeah.
And that is the pinnacle of puppeting. We need to watch it. It's so fucking
It's
good.
it's the same with Claymation. Kubo and the Two Strings failed so fucking hard, and that is an incredible movie.
Kubo and the Two Strings is actually like fucking solid.
Have you guys heard, and this breaks my heart because I grew up on Wallace and Gromit, but that this last Wallace and Gromit movie, or that Chicken
Run 2 or whatever,
is going to be the last movie made with the original clay that the studio has always used because the clay factory shut down over COVID.
Oh
Damn.
fuck!
It's so fucked. So they're unsure about what Wallace and Gromit. Even though I'm pretty sure they always like.
I don't
the case
think
of the Were Rabbit is such a good.
It's very good.
It's so good.
I don't think it would be too hard for them to hire like a special team just to make it for the studio. But it is sad.
Yeah. So over. I think it was over COVID that like it shut down and the studio bought all of it.
Yeah.
They bought every single
pound.
ounce of it.
Yeah. That makes me pretty
And
happy.
yeah, then they went under because it was just like it grew up in like it was like a 90s clay factory that made all this kind of special clay, and then claymation kind of died down. They tried to survive, and then they just got fucked. And it's so sad that Chicken Run is the last. 2 is going to be the last that they're using. But Chicken Run,
Great movie.
do you know who the I can't believe I'm saying this without remembering their name, but the main chicken, the dude chicken is anyway, the whole cast is stacked for Chicken Run.
A lot of those old like claymation animated movies like back then were stacked.
It's oh yeah, Mel Gibson's Rocky. That you have like, oh my gosh, just so many big time. A lot of them are British actors that are famous, really famous, but the biggest one is Rocky's Mel Gibson, which I don't know if they could do again, but
Yeah, Mel's on some shit.
Gerard Depardieu.
Like, dude, all those old anime movies, like, do you know Prince of Egypt?
Yeah,
That movie is stacked, brother. Val Kilmer's God and Moses. You've got Ralph Fiennes,
Patrick Stewart,
Steve Martin, Patrick Stewart, Martin
Short, are
Sandra Bullock, Michelle
Hotep and
Pfeiffer,
You've
Jeff
heard the
Goldblum's
story
in
about
there.
that movie, right?
No.
Where if somebody fucked up, they would send them down into the dungeon to work on Shrek.
Wait, what?
Prince of Egypt and Shrek were being made at the same time. And if someone was like taking too long or like they messed something up on Prince of Egypt, they'd be like, all right, you're moving teams. And they would send them to work on Shrek, which is ironic because Shrek is arguably way more remembered than Prince of Egypt.
But I will say Prince of Egypt is a masterpiece.
I know it's a technical masterpiece.
It's a
And
masterpiece.
I would say the same about the Disney movies that came out around that time, being fucking Treasure Planet and Atlantis, which do not get the love they deserve.
Dude,
Disney Plus could make a live action Atlantis,
Dude,
so easily, and they already got. And again, this is our podcast. I can say whatever the fuck I want. They already have all the representation they need in that fucking film.
Yeah.
They don't have
that
to change.
film is stacked. They don't have to change any of the cast.
They don't have to change anybody's race. They don't have to change anybody's sexual identity. They don't have to do any. Like Mole is definitely sexually ambivalent.
Yeah.
Like it's easy.
It's perfect, and they're not doing it, and they're fucking idiots.
They are. Treasure Planet.
I love Treasure Planet, dude. I
Love
love that movie, and I'm so mad that it's that it didn't do well.
So I need Ryan Gosling to be Riku. Because he's literally me.
I was thinking because you said Red Dead and stuff, and I'm thinking of like what other things could we do that like I'm sure we could.
I mean, they've done it before, but I want to see them do it right. Tomb Raider.
Honestly, Resident Evil.
So I've been playing Tomb Raider again.
Yeah, Shadow, right?
Shadow.
Yeah.
Great games. Such good games. It is a great competitor to the Uncharted games.
I think the
Shadow is a PC benchmark, or at least it was for a while.
It really was. I remember Linus Tech Tips running that before Cyberpunk came out.
Yep.
It's such a weird thing because like I feel
that
like
was their usual game to run, but then now it's Cyberpunk with
the path
ray tracing,
and
yeah,
shit, yeah,
with ray tracing and stuff.
It's funny because like I feel like the Tomb Raider games, despite selling well and doing really well, they just get kind of overlooked.
They're very niche, I think.
It's like again, really good story. The things that they do, I like that it's different than Uncharted. Just story so fucking good, and that's its highlight. What I like about Tomb Raider is its actual mysticism. Love that shit. It gives me Indiana Jones, like The Last Crusade, like them opening up the Ark of the... It gives me those vibes. I want mysticism so bad. I want the we can't explain this.
Yeah,
this is
we're living in our world and we don't know what the fuck this is.
Yes, I love that. I also, what they add and they do really good is they do skill trees and crafting. And it's fun. Like if you want to make more arrows of special type, you just gotta use your special vision, pick up some materials, and do that. Or if you're tired of doing that, you can get a skill tree thing that says when you loot people, you can get arrows back. Like, really good system of that. It's also like they do challenge tombs. They also have the replayability where you can go back to maps after you've unlocked like new weapons and stuff to get into new areas. Love that shit. Love that.
Hellblade, obviously, it's surprising to me that they haven't.
Well, in the new Tomb Raider movie, they at the end they didn't even chop it up to mysticism.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, it was
they
a
explained it away.
They were like,
that's,
oh, she was sealed away because she had this viral disease, and that's what's killing the people. It's this old time sickness from, you know, from 300 A.D.
And that's why, like, I love Resident Evil because, like, nope, it's just zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then even in the more recent games, it's like, yeah, you thought it was scientific. No, it's like mystical shit. And then they like tried to replicate that with science. Love it.
Like they were straight up like, no, there is mystical shit, but science came in to try to make it
Which
better.
is so
and
interesting.
fucked it up more.
Yeah, which is so interesting because I just talked about how I want stuff grounded in anime, and I'm like,
Well, no, it's not that you want stuff grounded. You want stuff explained well.
You want a good system that explains itself
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
That's
And
all that matters.
The explanation of Tomb Raider is like part of mysticism is the unexplained nature in going to find it and finding actual mysticism versus like Uncharted is like it could be some crazy it's just a dude who's been in there and
it's
like
just the
whatever.
lost treasure,
Yeah.
and the whole. It's just a lost treasure of a pirate, and then
Like,
the whole
they
pirate
were-
community killed him, and that's all it is. And you're only just after real money treasure.
Whereas
that-
like Laura's off to find stuff because she's like
Well,
actually
because
likes finding
and she
shit.
doesn't want fucking Trinity to get their hands on these relics to control the world.
I think that rug pull can be done well. You just have to actually fucking write it. Like, this is a deep pull, but Professor Layton in the Diabolical Box
There it is.
does that so fucking well.
Bro, the diabolical box.
Dude.
I've dealt with a couple of those.
Yeah,
my
I'll show
lifetime,
you
know
my
what I'm saying?
diabolical box.
I wish I had some Diabolical Box in my life.
Chat, clip it.
Matt, clip it.
Chat, you seen this? But what do
Chat,
they do?
is this real?
So tell us about Layton's
pretty good.
diabolical
That's a
box.
pretty good-
So
I can see-
in Professor Layton's Diabolical Box, in the original, it was called Pandora's Box, and they were like, "Oh, this is the actual fucking thing that like puts sin into the world." And every time someone opens the box, they just fucking die, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is fucking crazy. This is real mysticism." And then they end up going to the town where the box was created through a long series of shit. And then they find out that it was a mining town for this ore, and the ore is poisonous if it's not treated. And the box was created before they learned how to treat it. So the box is made of this untreated ore that just traps all these poisonous gases inside. So anyone that opens it breathes in the gas and dies. And yeah,
Oh, that's actually good.
Yeah.
it's really a really good fucking mystery. Play Professor Layton. I need New World of Steam to come out, or I'll kill myself.
Well, that's also the really fun thing about all the the Dark Pictures games is
That's true.
you're really some of them, it's actual
Actual demons and
actual
shit.
ghost stories.
But Man of Medan is the Diabolical Box.
Yeah, 100%. You're like, yeah, you're just dying. You're just hallucinating from radioactive poison that was going to be used in a bomb in World War II.
Except for Until Dawn, which is like, no,
Wendigo.
hell is real.
Yeah, dude. I would really like if we had a time set aside. Going through the quarry would be really fun
That one is
because
we
it's
can all play
long.
that one,
It's a long
right?
form. We all love the actors that are in that. It's Detective Pikachu and
Brenda Song.
and
Brenda Song. Maybe that one we can actually play even if I'm not here. Right?
That's true.
Isn't it? 'Cause
Yep.
It's
I think that would be a good Let's Play.
that would be a good one actually.
Yeah, Carmen would want to be on it, but she always gives.
That's fine.
She's always got good laughs. We're
Yeah.
always laughing for Carmen. So.
My favorite Carmen line ever was when we were watching Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and she said, "Does the sister come into the games?" I said, "No, the sister doesn't come in the games." And Matt laughed for probably 15 minutes straight.
Yeah, like that.
Just like that.
We just inappropriate. We just found.
I was gonna say, yeah. Watching Five Nights at Freddy, there was constant like inappropriate jokes of like the whole like the aunt like trying to get the kid, all this other shit. Yeah, there was so many like jokes going around. I mean that one broke Matt.
That's a good movie. I think it was because of how nonchalantly I said it. I was like, no, she doesn't come to the game. Sorry, viewers.
Look at
You gotta
You can see every
rhythmic-
you gotta clip this one out. Just the long laugh on TikTok.
It's just that.
Yeah.
No context.
Yeah, don't even say the joke. Just every time Matt laughs.
Matt laughing compilation.
We've had some good times.
Yep.
Good laughs.
It's too bad that Seven Deadly Sins wants those to end.
Yeah, it really sucks that this is our last episode.
Speaking of good times, Fallout TV show. Saw the first 2 episodes.
You did.
Yeah, you watched it
appreciate
here.
And you liked them. And then BJ
yeah.
woke me up in such an awful way.
Did you?
Yeah, I was laying down and you stuck your head right here sideways and you're like, wake up, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I was very drunk by that
I
point.
was like,
I'd had a bunch
and
of
you're
Long
like,
Islands.
Yeah, you're like, go to sleep.
Go to bed.
Go to bed.
Yeah, first 2 episodes are great.
Did you watch any more?
I have not. No.
Okay.
I've been playing Fallout 4, but
He did text me, and he was like, fuck you for making me think about Fallout all week.
literally no, because like it was those, and then I'm at work, and like it's literally like now my YouTube like history, the 2 most recent searches that like now are all, because you know like YouTube will put like the things you're constantly searching on the top because like, oh, you want to search again? It's been Fallout New Vegas, Fallout Video Essay, Fallout Lore. It's just those 4.
I found a really good
and it's
one that
been-
was random Fallout facts to fall asleep to, and it's like an hour and a half long. Killer.
We also watched episode 1 of Knuckles.
Apparently the show is not good.
That's what everybody says,
Well,
but Sonic
but-
Media...
Well, no, because apparently there's
But what
3.
did you think? What
there's
did you
3
think about the show? Let's compare.
did you watch it?
Episode
Let's
1,
get-
I liked it. I haven't seen anything past that,
I
but
thought
I
it was-
liked episode 1.
I thought it was
It's
fine.
It's a good setup for the rest of the show.
Apparently, now I don't know because I haven't watched it. It's the same thing. There's 3 episodes where Knuckles just not in it.
I'm fine with that.
And
they
that-
have the fucking
who
Hound
is?
and Kid Cudi.
It's not like there's no Sonic characters. It's just the humans for 3 episodes.
Oh yeah, because Sonic 2 didn't have a whole fucking 30-minute sequence of a fucking wedding where Sonic wasn't in it at all.
I feel like for a show where you're now dedicating a whole 30, 45 minutes to just that versus like,
I guess,
yeah.
but when you look at it proportionally,
Yeah, no,
it's
of course
the
the same shit. Yeah, but I feel like when you
They
give
were
me like
storyboarding, and they're like, so with all these episodes, we're
It
gonna
had to have
probably
been a
need
budget
to
thing.
have this much, and so we're gonna have to pay Idris Elba like this much money, and they're like, cut him out and put 3 episodes of just the humans.
I think it's smart to focus on Wade too, because Wade is an enjoyable character. He's comic relief. Like, this isn't a show for like.
well, so this is a show for children first and foremost. So like kids are gonna be like, Wade's funny.
Okay,
and
well,
move on.
here-
You know what I
this
mean?
is
So
all-
far, I like it more than Sonic Prime. I'll
Okay,
say that.
So this
Sonic
is what
Prime
I'll say
was-
about it. I know it's unfair to compare it to a movie, but having 2 really good Sonic movies makes me think, oh, this is going to be just as hype and just as good as the movies because it's following after. It's by the same people, and it just didn't hit the same as the movies. And I know it's like it's long form because it's a show.
I think that's the normie take, because not a dig at you, but I grew up on fucking. Oh, I dropped my cuppy, my Bucky cuppy.
Did it spill?
No, I drank all of it because I'm an alcoholic. But I grew up on fucking Sonic Underground.
Okay, Donna.
What the fuck did you just say?
Nothing. Fuck you.
We watched season 2 of the
we
Bear.
have to.
Fuck everything about Sonic. Season 2 of the Bear. Let's go.
How'd you? So you finished it?
Yes, like 2 nights ago.
Yep.
What? What a way to end your season.
Pretty. Not. I say feeling crappy about the ending. It was a good ending.
Like, yeah, because it leaves you going like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they at least season 1 leaves you hopeful. You're like, oh, they're gonna start this. They're gonna start fresh, and they're gonna do that.
Well,
You're
the
like,
thing
that's
about
exciting.
season 2 is that it leaves you hopeful for everybody except for Carmi,
Yeah.
because the Richie arc
Richie arc.
unparalleled.
So good. He's the I
Richie's
yelled
my favorite
so-
character in the fucking show.
He's the main character of season 2.
Yeah.
He really is. He saves the day so many fucking times. Richie's the best, and he has the best character development, which is really the only thing I care about now in any form of media.
Well, starting your season off with that little bit where he's like, "What's my purpose? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, what in
So good.
that
And then
bit,
he fucking finds it.
that bit.
Yeah.
I still love it. That thing where we're watching it, where it's like Carmen's like, "I don't have fucking time for this," and he like kind of looks. He's like, "Okay, I have a little bit of time for this. What book are you reading or whatever it is?" And he's like,
Your shirt says original birth.
I also like we've talked about this about the bear before.
Still, fuck Sid.
Of how fuck it.
Facts.
Still.
Thank you.
Still,
The thing that I like about the bear is
the people who probably really love Sydney probably really like Big Mouth.
My ex really likes Sydney, and we're not together anymore. If that tells you anything.
was it because of Sydney?
No, it's because she was like Sydney.
Do you? I mean, they're probably going to give her a character arc of making her not shit. But
I hope so, because now
Yeah.
it's just like her dad is fully supporting her, and she's just like, everything needs to happen my way, and you don't need to have a girlfriend.
I
It's
think
like-
I think that's kind of the
Yeah.
the thing is I think they're building her up to where you look at all the shit that's going right for her. Like she believes she's right because look at all the stuff proving it, and then seeing
But
seeing
everything
that, like,
good that
harsh-
happens to her is Carmi.
Yeah.
Carmi's the fucking Goku of this universe.
But,
We've
like,
talked about it so many times.
That's what I wonder is when Carmi breaks, it's gonna affect her. It's gonna affect Richie. Like I feel like Carmi's kind
It's
of that
also
central-
unforgivable what she was fucking saying to like Richie
Yeah.
in the
second to last episode of season
in the
1.
to go episode.
Yeah.
It's unforgivable. Like Carmi just saying "fuck you," get the fuck off my expo. That's
Totally unwarranted. And then she
yeah,
stabs
like or
Richie.
just saying "fuck you" in the kitchen, saying "fuck you," get the fuck off my expo is not like. That's really not a bad thing. Like,
That's not as
you
bad
were-
as you're a loser. Your daughter probably fucking wishes she had a different dad.
Yeah, like everyone would be better off if you were dead. Like, unforgivable.
Yeah. Richie's the goat, and Sydney's the devil.
It does make that last bit though of him yelling at Richie killed me though.
Yeah, especially because they build Richie up so heavily in that season, and I love the split screen of Carmi
The
being in the dark
cinematography
and
of
the
season
cold.
2 is
It's
crazy,
amazing.
Is
There
absolutely
were
wild.
moments where we would see just like these wide shots of like Marcus walking across the bridge in Copenhagen, and Matt would just be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing."
Yeah,
Again, this is why season 2 of the Bears is why I was so in support of the strikes, because the writer didn't get paid dick for any of that, and it's one of the best writing I've seen in a TV show.
Absolutely, they do callbacks perfectly. Every little bit is.
Speaking of, I got a little inspired by the bear.
Dude had to buy a bow tie on credit, a fucking little bow tie for to accept his award speech because he had no fucking money. Anyway, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
felt a little inspired by Richie and the bear. I mean, it's making me think of possible changes in career. Not like serious, but like maybe Matt, like it's not too late. Go maybe if you want to.
It's never too late.
Yeah,
That's what the Bear's about.
yeah. So got me thinking of that, and that's a healthy thing. That's a healthy thing to be thinking of, even though it's scary. And that's a lot of what a lot of these characters are going through. So it felt good and supportive to watch that. But I made some bomb bacon jam. Have you ever had bacon jam?
I'm not.
Do you know what bacon jam is?
You are going to love it.
All right.
I made so much. It's just onion. Again, I spent like an hour on this, maybe more. Of you just take a bunch of fucking onions and you reduce them down. Get them all, just reduce them down
Yeah.
until they start to brown. Then you add like
I'm gonna
in our case,
brown.
a bunch of brown sugar. You add some balsamic vinegar to give a little bit of tang. and then you add a bunch of bacon, and that's all it is. And it's just a sweet it's jammy consistency. Throw it on the burgers I'm making tonight. They're gonna be unreal.
Matt wanted me to taste it after it was done. He got like a big fucking spoonful, and I was like, this is a bit much for something that you call a jam. So I put it up to my mouth, I take a little nibble, and I'm like, oh fuck, I need more.
So, but yeah, I just felt very inspired, and I was like, I can make some basic ass burgers that I know would be fire, but like if I just make some bacon jam, they'll go crazy. I'm a little carmy.
Now I'm like fucking hyped for dinner tonight. Let's fucking go.
It's gonna be
to be
good.
fair, I'm always hyped for dinner when I come
Well,
here.
that's
'cause I know it's gonna
honestly
be some good ass
last
food.
week after we recorded, that was like so good. We all sat out on the
I low key
The veranda.
on the veranda.
in the veranda.
Kiss me on the veranda.
Okay, pull down your pants.
He says the lips are fine. What a line.
I don't even know what that's from.
That's Chevy Chase in The Three Amigos. The Spanish girl was like,
oh yeah.
why don't you come upstairs and kiss me on the veranda? And he goes, the lips are fine. Such a good line. But last week we hung out on the deck on the table I built, which is now gone because I sold it.
Hell yeah.
And that was like killer. So I want to do that again.
Do you want to, now that we've sat out there on the deck and do you be like, man, I kind of want to have like a thing out on the deck now.
We've talked about building one just to keep on the deck.
Yeah. So probably like next week I'll get the wood.
Because I'm not gonna lie, that was like just that atmosphere of just like sitting out chilling. It was great.
Had the music going. It was awesome. Yeah. So I would like to do that again tonight, but we'll just have to use the folding table.
Yeah, that's fine. Speaking of good music, dude, we didn't talk about it, but Kaiju number 8's music selection
with an original from One Republic.
You have the ending
Is
theme by
wild.
One Republic, which is a just original song, and then same with the artist Youngblood writing an original song for the opening.
We watched episode 1 like 2 weeks ago now at this point, and we were sitting there watching the outro, and I was like, is that fucking One Republic?
And then Matt's like, this is like some Harry Styles ass music. We're all just there. And then who was
false? You said
it's
Harry,
Harry Styles.
and I
the one who said Harry
You
Styles?
did
and
say
I
that.
said that's definitely One Republic.
No, he said One Republic first. I can promise
False.
you that. No,
I said it was One
He-
Republic.
I-
I
he
have
said-
such a good ear for these kind of things. I'm always like, that's fucking that voice. I'm always doing that.
No, I vividly remember BJ being like, "Is that like this? Like this is like One Republic." I might have said the Harry Styles bit, but I know BJ was the one who pointed out One Republic, and then I was the one who went, "Holy shit, it is!" Because I saw
Okay, but
One
it
Republic.
also it feels like we're in the era because like Imagine Dragons is constantly
Imagine me dragging these nuts across your face.
fuck. You have a whole goblin army.
Calling these nuts.
That's a Dungeons
Dungeons and Daddies, who we're going to see in
Oh, it's gonna be so fun
in real.
with
IRL. Bro.
yeah, good seats. Thanks to Carmen, the hookup as always.
Carmen's always got the hookup for these
And
things.
so, but yeah, like Imagine Dragons is always pumping out originals for League. Like, I think they have at least 2,
Well, League and then Arcane. They did the opening
which is
for Arcane.
League. Which is League.
Yeah, but like they've
It's
done.
Riot.
But I mean,
Okay,
like they've
they
done
ha- they
stuff
have-
for the
okay,
games.
technically they
and
have-
then they did the
Then that's
theme
3.
song. Yeah.
That makes 3.
Yeah.
For
for League of
Riot,
Legends. Yeah.
because they have 2 that they used.
In game or for
One
the
of
trailers.
them, one of them was a trailer. The second one was actually no, 2 were just their trailers for
like a new season or new character. Or something.
their what's the big championship?
Oh, like the league tournament, the world.
Yeah, World
The League
Champions.
League.
Yeah,
The
they
League.
did, they did 2 for those, and then Arcane.
Yeah, which
They also
Arcane's is really good. That
created-
And to be
It's
fair, that gets them. That probably makes them boatloads of money.
Oh, I bet,
because
yeah.
it's obviously like.
I mean, you can probably go to Imagine Dragons like Spotify. Guarantee you, Enemy is on the top 5.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
100%.
They also created the theme song for the Nintendo Switch.
Wait, what?
Believer. When that song came
Alright.
out, Nintendo paid a shitload of money to have them only like
Oh.
Only Nintendo used that on Switch ads.
I was like, what the fuck? Wait, what was I missing? Okay, no, yeah.
2017 shit.
Yeah, I was like, the click?
Yeah, I was like, Imagine Dragons
Produced
made
by
the...
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Because I'm like, I don't remember a fucking theme song for the Switch reveal.
For the first trailer and then the first year, they used Believer
Okay,
in
yeah.
all the Switch events.
Okay, because I was like, what the fuck? But okay, yeah. No, yeah, I'd be super down for more anime doing English openings and like stuff like that. Like,
We were talking about it. I was like, get fucking red jumpsuit apparatus on that shit.
yeah, like there'd be
I mean,
so many
one of
rock
the most
bands.
fire English one is the Fire Force.
Yes, but to be fair, it's still a Japanese band. But yes, it's in English.
It is in
because the lead singer is half American.
He's mixed.
Don't ever forget, Florence and the Machine was the first one with Final Fantasy 15.
It's true.
What song?
Stand By Me.
Yeah, they did a cover of Stand By Me specifically for Final Fantasy 15.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
And it's my preferred version of the song.
It is really good. It's the same thing of like
They're like, stand by me.
yeah.
Yeah,
that
but
one,
they slowed it down a lot.
It's very it's actually
And
it's
mixed
like,
it with like the Final Fantasy interlude.
Whoa.
yeah, it literally starts
So
off
like a
with
little
the
orchestral kind of too?
Yes,
Mhm.
it's really
Very
good
cool.
actually. And those trailers that used it were actually like kind of like emotional.
That song plays at my work. That version of that song plays at my work all the time.
I mean,
and it always gives me whiplash. I'm
It's
like, what the fuck?
It is a really good cover. Like that's the thing. Even if you don't like Final Fantasy, you don't know what the fuck it is. Florence and the Machine just doing a cover of Stand By Me is like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of like, that's great.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm trying to think what like. There's some, like, because obviously I don't know. I mean, you probably could, but like, I think a Chainsaw Man could get away with doing an English opening.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, to be fair, I think any of them could get away with it, but like, I kind of like, I definitely don't want it to be the norm, but I would love it. Like Kaiju, I would love. Now, do you think they do a new opening for a new season, or does Kaiju Number 8 say fuck it? It's just these two songs. Like we get Abyss and
once
Nobody.
they get to season 2, I think they'll change it.
Do you think they go the same route where they go, we'll get another American, or say fuck it, Japanese?
Yeah, get Owl City.
Holy shit, that'd be crazy. Because I'm trying to think, I don't know where this season's gonna end. Well, I think I might have an idea where this season's gonna end, but because you kind of want the opening to kind of fit a theme, and if they're gonna do what all these companies are doing now, which is here's season 1, which is like a bunch of mini arcs in one thing, and then we're gonna take a break and then do here's the next arc as a season.
I think that's when they'll
Yeah.
change it. Because that's usually what happens, I think.
Because I've actually been liking that as animes progress, instead of being like, all right, well, here's like, I'm so glad we're done with weekly anime. Like, I know you don't get as much, like consistency, but like,
But the quality's going to be better.
quality's
overall.
better, no filler, all that stuff. Plus, like deciding that, you know what, we don't need to have, like, you can shorten a season as much as you want. Technically, season 2 of Demon Slayer was only 18 episodes.
And I'm fine with some filler as long as it's the original creator is involved. Like
Yeah.
the My Hero movies, the Spy Family movie, that shit is gold. Keep that shit coming. I'll eat that shit up like a filthy little piggy every single time. Thank you.
Or like a lot of the times where they like in Naruto Shippuden, where it's like, hey, we're gonna stick to Shikamaru for a bit, and it's like, oh yeah, that was based off a novel that he wrote, and you're like, oh, sick.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit is good.
Yeah.
But when it's just like, oh, we haven't shown Tamari in 100 episodes. Let's see what she does in this weird village. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's just off doing like hijinks, like where it's like, yeah, we're having like a life or death battle over here, and it's like, what's Tamari doing? I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, like get back to the shit.
Yeah, I'm very happy that like anime's done that, because even like Mashl's another one I've watched recently, whereas like, yeah, that opening is so good, dude. The fact that they were like, oh, like, cause they're not calling them necessarily like season 2. It's like Mashal, the entry arc or whatever the fuck. It's like Demon Slayer. It's like, oh, you don't. It's like, we'll say season 2 because it's easier. But when you go type in Demon Slayer season 2 on like Crunchyroll, it's not how it goes. It's just Demon Slayer, Mugen Train arc, Entertainment Village arc, Swordsmith. Like they're actually just saying, fuck it, do the arc, like. Because you can give it the time it deserves, extend fight scenes, make them better, put all the money into it.
Speaking of anime and music, this is a kind of a far cry from both of those things. Well, not music, but I like all this shit about Hatsune Miku at Coachella just being on like a big ass iPad,
Just being a VTuber instead of a
instead of an actual hologram. I've been like researching how to make holograms, and I've thought to myself, I could make my own Hatsune Miku concert. Easy.
Wait, what? You've been researching how to make holograms?
Yeah. It's easy as fuck.
Like
All I really need is like a tinted glass panel.
or like a projector and some smoke.
I don't even need the projector. I can just use the TV that's in my room.
And do it at the 90-degree angle.
Yup.
Yup. That's how all the ones in the cars work too.
And just put that shit on a stage, and I can charge people a $10 cover in our backyard. Easy.
Easy. Done. There are the ones that like do laser projectors on like mist.
Yeah,
That's how Disney does it.
Yeah, that's way more complicated than what I'm trying to do. I'm going for the classic Hatsune Miku like Splatoon concerts.
That's kind of crazy when you think about it, because like you would think that like, oh, we're going to Coachella, like, go all out, you know what I mean? Instead of here's a PNG dancing to her music.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Apparently Coachella. Did you see? There was a Ken Carson is this dude who's like he's like one of those like hardcore like trap rappers or whatever, and it's like where like the 808s are like fucking deep basses and all shit. It's like gritty and shit, and it's like all mosh pit crazy shit. There was like a huge like Twitter thing where all these I guess women who love to see Lana Del Rey, because I think she was playing on the same stage later, were like basically hogging the front to so they wouldn't get their seats.
Of course.
Yeah.
They get moshed, didn't they?
They got, well, the loud bass were hurting their ears. They were like, some of them were screaming at like security guards and everything, like turn it down, or like, oh, it hurts, like all this stuff. And the mosh were happening, and then like like someone were literally like screaming out like, I'm scared. And Ken is on stage, he goes, if you're scared, you should have stayed the fuck home.
Yeah,
and then immediately went to
lane.
And then immediately just went like two of his hardest songs and had the entire crowd moshing. And it was so funny because you saw some of these girls getting pushed into the mosh pit.
Yeah, like with like gyms duct taped to their forehead and like these long flowy dresses, and they're just getting their asses beat.
No, it's funny because you see them, and then you see the mosh pits of dudes in like basketball shorts or skinny jeans with like a t-shirt, and like some dudes have like tattoos, some not, and they're just like fucking swinging. It was
throwing
so funny.
bows left and right.
Yeah, dude, it's so. Have y'all ever been in a mosh pit?
No.
It is.
I'd die.
It's the most adrenaline pumping but uncomfortable thing I've done in my entire life.
For when were you?
I was at the last Warped Tour that ever existed, like the traveling one. So I went to the last one.
Dude, I was at the Melanie Martinez concert. Crazy.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. I got the crowd surf, mosh pit. It was a much stuff.
Miku.
That's where I got that.
Levin Polka as he gets his nose knocked in.
That's where I got that Bowling for Soup shirt, because they were playing at the Warped Tour as well, which was a crazy one to see. Cause they're all
just hit the wall.
Well, they're all like overweight and like all of them.
So are we.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we are. But like seeing like their prime, where they were like, you know, the young emo boys with like the swoopy hair, to now it's like big dudes where like his guitar is like resting on the top of his stomach. I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Love that.
But still,
Killing
banger
it.
concert. It was so fun.
Big dudes make the best music.
Oh, 100%.
Just look
Yeah.
at fucking Tenacious D.
Look at Biggie.
True.
That's true. Or one of the goats.
Rick Ross. I
Yeah.
put him up
Rick
there.
Ross, baby.
Oh.
What was I was watching you seen that rapper, the Mexican OT?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love him.
He's so good, but him and a Paul Wall were doing a thing where like best ad lib, and
Paul Wall's still doing shit?
yeah, he's in one of Mexican OT's songs.
Oh my god.
Dude,
look that up.
he's aged the best.
I listen to Sitting Sideways like every fucking day.
But they were talking. They're like, "What's your best ad lib?" And I forget which one said, but one of them went, "Oh," and they started. Both of them started dying laughing. We're like, "Yeah, Ricky Rose, let's go."
My favorite Paul Wall bar ever is "I'm crawling similar to an ant because I'm low to the earth."
I was listening to The Alchemist today, and there's a line from one of his. So The Alchemist, he's just a producer, but one of the songs that he produced, there's a line that was like, "I need to get myself a bitch like Magic Johnson's wife." Oh, it was Action Bronson who said that. I was like, a ride or die bitch like Michael, Magic Johnson's wife, and I was like, that's a great line.
It's a fucking great bar. Anyway, Got anything else we want to talk about? Because I'm kind of ready to watch.
We covered a lot of ground in this hour.
But for real, I don't care if you use our idea, but make a Red Dead. HBO, make Red Dead.
Yeah.
I definitely I know Todd Howard had said no, but honestly, I feel like based on how this show's gone, bro, if you give Elder Scrolls to someone who gives a shit, you could have like the fantasy show out.
Would you want it to be like a own unique?
Well,
story?
the same thing that Fallout's doing, where it's
Okay.
like you can mention the games like it's in the world. Like, you don't have to tie into Skyrim or Oblivion or whatever. Like, you can still have it set in Skyrim if you want that or whatever, but, like, it could be years in the past or the future or wherever. Because all the Elder Scrolls games are...
Cyberpunk needs to happen. Just do 2077.
Just, honestly, you've got Keanu Reeves. Just do the story of the...
You got Keanu Reeves. You got Idris Elba.
Was he alive during all that? Yeah? How old is he? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, he was probably working for the government.
I definitely want to see, because that's
because lifespans are like 200 years in Cyberpunk.
You got to get Mike Pondsmith on in Todd Howard's role of like one of the executive producers. Get people like, again, Fallout shows just get people who give a shit. Like, that's all you need. Last of Us, Fallout, like they're doing great because people who are making it care. Whereas the Halo show was like, I had this sci-fi show I wanted to write, but no one wanted to do it, so I put the Halo name on it. And now all of a sudden I got it greenlit, and it's like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's pretty gay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, thank you for watching our last episode. Fuck 7 Deadly Sins. Fuck YouTube.
Thanks to our 2 fans.
Go check out Dubby. Code Take It Sleazy. Check out 10%.
Yeah,
off.
We're gonna need that money when we're not making anything.
And who knows?
anymore.
Maybe we'll try to get our own creator tub.
Maybe
That'd
be sick.
Clearly, it would be sick. And as always,
take it sleazy.